Breaking and alarming news. California Governor Gavin Newsom just signed into law AB 495, a dangerous bill that allows complete strangers to take custody of minor children away from their parents and authorize all sorts of things, including medical treatment. It's astonishing and it's wrong, and we have to stop it. Coming up, full coverage and what you can do to help. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California and a California state legislator, and I've been talking about Assembly Bill 495 for the last 3 months, warning you that this is a dangerous bill that would put the welfare of children in grave jeopardy. In fact, I consider it to be a gift to child traffickers. Let me explain why. AB 495 is being sold by its author, Michelle Rodriguez, as a bill to protect children when ICE deports undocumented individuals. She claims, without any sort of evidence, without any sort of examples, that ICE is seizing parents in the middle of the night and children are being left in the streets waiting at school bus stops for their mother or their father to come pick them up, and nobody's there to pick them up. So we need to protect these children. How? By passing a crazy state law that allows any stranger to assert custody, to claim custody over a minor child, even without parental consent, even without any court process. And the sort of power that stranger would be able to hold over that child ranges from enrolling them in schools to authorizing medical care. It's astonishing. There is no protection for these children. This is now the wild, wild west. And that's why I believe that this bill does open the door for child trafficking. So let me go through the bill language itself. Here's Governor Gavin Newsom celebrating the fact that he signed the bill into law. Quote, "Children deserve to feel safe at home and in school. The new bill I signed bars child care facilities and state preschools from collecting immigration info. Protects parents' legal rights and kids' security if separated. Ensures schools have safety plans in times of crisis." Let me go through each of those. First, the last one, schools already have safety plans. Bitch, please. You don't need another law to say, oh, I think a school district should have an emergency plan in place. They already do, baby. You're just trying to put the window dressing on, Gavin Newsom, claiming that this is somehow protecting kids. No, none of this stuff has to do with an emergency plan at a school. They already are required to do that. They already do it. He says that it bars schools and daycare facilities from collecting immigration info. This is correct. This is part of their sanctuary. We will not cooperate with federal immigration enforcement. We will not share information. The reason why he's passing this is not to protect children. He doesn't want you to know just how many undocumented individuals there are in California. All of their laws are all about secrecy, keeping the truth from being out there. It has nothing to do with ICE, okay? It has everything to do with we don't want the public to know just how many undocumented people we've allowed to come into this country in the state of California and are around receiving government services, by the way. That's what that's requiring. But I would have voted against this bill just because of that. But that is not even the most heinous and reckless part of the bill that Gavin Newsom just signed into law. He says it protects parents' legal rights. It doesn't. It actually eviscerates their legal rights. Allowing strangers to claim custody, that's not protecting parents' legal rights. And you're certainly not going to allow for any sort of security of children. Let me go through the text itself. Here's the actual text of Assembly Bill 495. I encourage you to read it in full. Everything I'm saying is documented in the text. First, this bill does not just apply to undocumented children. It applies to every minor in the state of California. So when Newsom and the bill's author says it's about ICE separating families, first, they have no evidence of that even happening. But secondly, this bill does not just apply to undocumented children, it applies to every child in the state of California. There's something more sinister at play here. Here is Section 4, Item 6650A. A caregiver's authorization, that is the document that is signed, and it's a small sheet of paper. It's not a big legal document taking custody of a child. Now it's just 8.5 by 11, single sheet of paper, 4 questions on it. With 4 single questions, and I'll show you in a minute what 4 questions you have to put on a sheet of paper to gain custody of a child. With a single sheet of paper, a caregiver, which is not defined, 18 years of age or older, who completes items 1 through 4, and I'll show you 1 through 4 real quick. You'll see how pathetic and thin it is. And signs the affidavit can enroll a minor in school. So it takes just a sheet of paper to claim custody of a child to enroll them in school. Or, are you ready for this? To consent to school-related medical care on behalf of the minor. What's school-related medical care? It includes facts. It includes all sorts of other things. Then, a caregiver who's a relative, and by the way, that term I'm about to show you what a relative is defined as, and completes items 1 through 4 plus items 5 through 8, can authorize any medical care and dental care at any clinic, at any gender therapy facility, at any hospital, mental health treatment. All of that is done based upon a single sheet of paper. Now, let me share with you the definition of a relative. Look how broad they've defined it as. Relative means an adult who's related by blood, adoption, affinity within the 5th degree of kinship. The 5th degree of kinship? Is this like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon minus 1? Step parents, step siblings, relatives whose status is preceded by the words great, great, grand, spouse, even if they're divorced. This is what we're talking about. A relative who thinks, well, maybe you got yourself into a little bit of trouble here, or maybe you're questioning your identity. Your mom and dad don't care about you, but you know what? I can authorize this. Just come to your great, 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 great grand aunt. I mean, you're not allowed to have an aunt authorize treatment without the knowledge of the parents, just based on, hey, I'm going to do it. And by the way, you don't have to be a relative to do that first part, which is enroll a kid in school and then authorize school-related medical care. I'm reading from the exact legislative text. There's no sugarcoating this. There's no inflammatory interpretation. There's no exaggerating. I'm giving you the actual legal text. This is plain black and white. There's no debate on this. Gavin Newsom is a liar if he's going to suggest otherwise, and he is a liar. So what are the 1 to 4 items? All you have to do on the sheet of paper is put the name of the minor that you're seizing, put the minor's birth date, give your name, put your home address. That's it. That's all. Oh, you signed under penalty of perjury that the foregoing is true, and you seize control of the child. Notice you don't have to put the name of the parents. You don't have to put the name, you don't have to have a signature of a parent or authorization of a parent. You don't even have to say whether you're a relative. Now, the second part is, I am a relative. And that's defined as that 5th degree separation. Or you could be divorced from a long time ago. And then you just simply say, I have advised the parents, or I'm unable to contact the parents. And so therefore now I'm going to authorize medical care outside of the school setting, mental health therapy outside of the school setting. These are broad-based, sweeping decisions for children without parental consent. How the blank, Gavin Newsom, do you get off trying to deceive the public and saying that you're protecting parents' legal rights and kids' security? You SOB, you line sack of you know what. I'm angry about this bill because it is so reckless. So all you have to do is put in, I'm a relative, as defined in that loosey-goosey. Oh, I was unable to reach the parents. Here's my date of birth. Oh, and by the way, here's my driver's license. That's it. Sweeping authority. And by the way, this law also says that you are not, as a medical provider, allowed to challenge, or a school official, you're not allowed to challenge the validity. You're supposed to accept this at face value. And it absolves you of any legal liability for any damages that the parents may try to bring later on. You can't make this worse. Oh, by the way, it was worse. They did amend some of the things out. They had a complete stranger allowed to do items 5 through 8. Now they did this 5-point separation. This bill is atrocious. What can we do? Well, number one, spread the word. Like this video, share this video so people hear about what just happened and they can see the text for themselves. Also, go to the website reformcalifornia.org. The only way that we're going to be able to turn the tide here is to now introduce a new bill to gut and amend this statutory language. And that means that we have to take some of the people who voted for this bill out of office in the coming election. And that's where Reform California is organizing the fight across the state to recruit candidates who are pro-parent, pro-child, and they are going to be working together to invalidate, to overturn bad bills like the one that Gavin Newsom just signed, AB 495. But we can't do this alone. This is a growing movement, but we need everyone off the couch and in the fight. So go to the website, reformcalifornia.org, sign up at the bottom of that website so that you're tethered into our growing movement to take back the state. You'll hear updates about who we're endorsing in each of these races, school board, all the way up to the governor's race, and in everything in between, including the state assembly and state senate. Also, while you're there, please consider chipping in a contribution, put fuel in our tanks so that we can power this movement to take back our state. We can't do any of this work, whether it's blowing the whistle on bad bills like AB 495 or putting better people into office who will undo the damage of 495. Can't do any of this work without your help. So go to the website, reformcalifornia.org now and join the fight. We got to stop AB 495, maybe signed into law by Governor Newsom, but laws can be repealed. And this one is at the top of our list. Until next time, I'm Carl DeMaio, Chairman of Reform California and a California State Representative. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. But before you click away, please subscribe to this channel and click that notification button so you get updated when we post new episodes. Plus, like this video and share it with your friends so that we can help spread our message across the state. Reform California with Carl DeMaio is paid for by Carl DeMaio for State Assembly.